Looking for a way to get healthy? The Chef You and I program has the answer. Kathryn, Raaker, and chefs from around the nation will teach even the most inexperienced how to cook. Come into their kitchen and watch them take ordinary foods with loads of calories and fat and turn those foods into healthier dishes. You will be the first to get tips and ideas on foods that are easy to prepare. Now let's join Kathryn and today's chef and learn how to make today's recipes.
Hi, this is Kathryn Raaker of The Chef You and I, and I'm so excited today. It's our Mother's Day show for the year, and we're going to be joined by Father Andrew Omberg, the wonderful chef that comes on our show all the time from St. Joe's Parish. And also, I want to thank all of our sponsors today, and that would be Cornhuskers Gourmet Duck Fat Spray that we use on everything. Circle B Ranch Pork. And this is this gorgeous piece of pork roast that we're going to be putting into the 360 pans. And we are going to do a wonderful, wonderful shredded pork today. We're going to be doing a great salad. Father's going to do his roasted Brussels sprouts and lots more. So let's start off with what we need to get started with first. Father's going to be joining us in a little while, but we're going to actually put our herbs and spices on our pork roast, and then we're going to put it into our 360 pan with, I use chicken broth, and that's going to make it really nice. Okay, so I'm using celery. I'm using pepper and salt. This is parsley. Just a little bit of parsley on there, and just get it all over it. Won't matter, right? And then you've got the pepper. And actually, I put the onions in last. And salt. And not a lot of salt. A lot of people don't like salt, but I got to tell you, this is nice because this is Himalayan salt and it's much better for you. So let's just put a few of these guys, onions, on top of it. But we're going to use shallots as well. Okay, so I'm going to take this and put this into the pan. It's a hot pan. And then what we're going to do is actually pour the liquid on top of the pan. And you want to actually get it almost up past the pork, okay? And I'm going to put some shallots in here in a minute. And that's going to cook for like 2 or 3 hours for us until it gets totally done and it's shredded. So let's do that. And also we'll move this over. And then we're going to cut up the shallots a little bit and put those in there because I don't really want a real strong onion taste to it. And it's going to be great. So this is a Mother's Day menu that is just for moms. It's going to be easy because mom's not going to make it. We are children or husbands or boyfriends or whoever that all have mothers can do this themselves. We're making it simple for them this time. They could even have coleslaw. They could have anything they wanted with the shredded pork. And the nice thing about Circle B pork is, ranch pork, it's nitrate free, which really is a healthy pork. And we're going to have pulled pork sandwiches and this lovely, lovely, great arugula and goat cheese with grapes and walnut salad for mom. And we're trying not to make it too heavy today because we are going to have dessert. We're going to have 2 different types of desserts. We're going to have this wonderful pretzel crust with a jello, an orange jello with mandarin oranges and wonderful pineapple, crushed pineapple. And that's going to be one of the desserts. And the other dessert is just going to be fresh strawberries over pound cake because there's a lot of people that are diabetics and they can have that. So, all right, we've put everything in it that we want to put in it for getting our pork done. So we're going to put the top on our 360 pan, and we're actually gonna, this is a slow cooker, and we're gonna do it for 3 to 4 hours until it gets totally tender enough that you can pull it apart. That's why it's called pulled pork. We'll be right back after these important messages on The Chef You and I. We're back on The Chef You and I, and Father Andrew from St. Joseph's in North Bend, Ohio, has joined us. And so, Father, I made this ahead of time, and what I did is it was a pork butt, and I'm going to tear this up a little bit. I'm going to shred it with my hands, right? And then what we're going to do actually is we're going to put the barbecue sauce on, and I'm going to put some aluminum foil on it, and we're going to put it in the oven in a little while after you get your onions done.
Okay.
So you want to tell everyone what you're making today for Mother's Day?
Yes, I'm making onions, baked onions that have a little bit of a spiciness to them, but it's not as spicy as it seems. We're using Tabasco sauce as well as black pepper. But after this process is done, when they cook, they're not that hot. You know, they're not the type of thing that...
Are they like blooming onions or something?
Yeah, they're kind of like a blooming onion with no breading or anything, you know. So we're going to cut them blooming onion style.
Oh, good.
So they look pretty, and each person gets their own one.
Onion?
Yeah,
oh,
they get their
wow.
own onion. Yeah, it's a nice vegetable, and I think most moms like
and
vegetables,
it's a
like to see their family eating vegetables.
Right, and it's a lot less calories, and since we're a healthy cooking show.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So I'm beginning by just taking the outer layer of the onion off, or at least the thoroughly having them peeled.
So Father, how was Easter?
It was very good, thank you. I thought the ceremonies were pretty this year. The weather kind of cooperated, right? And we have, as you know, some beautiful tulips in front of the church that a generous family that provides them each year and plants them.
Really?
And then they always bloom right a couple of days before Easter. And
that's
then
cool.
Are there all Easter week? It's wonderful. Yes, I love
this
it.
over for you so they can see it on camera.
Okay, so I think I just switched ideas of here which one will be the top. So I'm going down here. You don't want to cut it all the way, you just can cut it. So I'm first doing, like a plus sign, right? Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and go diagonally here. Watch your fingers, everybody. Okay.
Yeah. You have to do that, right, Father?
That you do.
So important.
Okay, so that's nice. Okay.
That looks beautiful. So you're going to put that in
there? It does,
there.
and yeah, first I'll put some duck fat in, right?
Cornhuskers duck fat.
Okay, nice Cornhuskers duck fat. And I'll make sure that we don't have them sticking in there then. Good.
Good.
Excellent. Okay. Then we'll go ahead and put
the
first one in. Yes, and now often I've made these on the grill, but I once made it in a saucepan, but I think for a group, this is the way to do it, is to have a casserole dish, a covered casserole dish. Then this also makes it a little bit more ecological in that we don't have to use all that aluminum foil for each of them.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think that should be nice. And it should be a pretty looking dish where everyone gets their own. I guess these things could be split in half too. Once they're finished, if you wanted to just serve a smaller portion, but I think it's delicious. I would want the whole onion myself. I think it's good stuff.
Well, have you served it to your guests? You do a lot of cooking, right?
Yes, and when I've served it to guests, most people like it very much.
Good.
Of course, there's a version of it where I mix it with cabbage and then put it on the grill.
Yeah, we've done that before, Father. Remember?
Yeah, I think on this show, yeah.
And all of those recipes, if you just go to the Chef You and I and put what the recipe is, it will come up, and then you can print it out or whatever.
Okay.
Which makes it nice.
It does, and
we have
it's
a
very
lot
nice.
of shows, Father, actually.
Okay. It's very nice, and I'm not getting emotional about how nice it is. It's just the
okay,
onion.
So what I'm going to do is come over here
cry.
and grab this from you and put it here. How about that?
Sounds great. Okay, that sounds great, but I think I'll be crying the rest of the time that I'm doing
Really?
this. Well, because of the...
Yeah, because it's right in your face, actually.
It is, exactly. There we go.
So I'm glad you're doing it, not me.
So it's tricky. I'm doing a pretty good job of not cutting too
I
far.
think you are.
Look at how pretty these will be.
Yeah, that's going to be
That'll
beautiful.
very nice.
Now we know how to make blooming onions without it being 1,000 calories each. Seriously. True?
Definitely, although some people of a certain age, when they can get away with it, they just love that deep fried stuff.
Oh, I know. I know.
Deep fried stuff dipped in mayonnaise.
I can't eat it anymore. I can't eat a lot of it.
Yeah, kind of even at age 59, it
Changed?
yeah, it kind of wins. I mean, I feel bad enough after I eat, and it's not psychological. It's just I just feel bad enough. Kind of when things get too rich.
That's right.
When I was in my 20s and 30s, I always thought that was a crazy expression, too rich. You know,
Really?
I could have all the oily, greasy, delicious food I wanted and feel great after I ate them.
Well, after I lost my gallbladder, I couldn't eat a lot of stuff, including garlic. So, but I can smell garlic a mile away. Here's one that I already peeled for you. How about that?
Thank you. I'll watch this then. Okay, so...
Do you want me to peel the rest of them for you or no?
Sure, that would be wonderful.
Okay, I'll do that. I'm going to
cut off the top a little bit.
I'm going to actually move this over here, Father, because I'm going to put that in the oven later. And I need something here. I need, maybe the producer can get me a paper towel. That would be nice. No, they can't. Oh, well, we're not going to worry about it, Father. We're just going to do it, right?
Okay, I might be able to find you one if...
Right.
I might be more...
Convenient?
Yeah, it might be easier for me to reach one.
Okay.
There we go.
He's the producer was giving, whatever, I don't care. Somebody
Here is a
needs,
short
thank
one.
you, thank you, thank you. And I need these because I have stuff all over here. And so here you go. How about that? How many more do you need?
Well, we could make
Couple
that
more?
enough. Yeah, maybe just
Another
let's
big
just
one?
say, yeah, another big one. That would be great.
All right,
yeah.
good. I'll do that. Actually, the pork came out perfectly. I did it in a 360 6 to 8 quart pan, and it was a Circle B pork butt, and it turned out beautiful. Actually, it was about 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours, you know. But I love their pork because it's nitrate free. So it doesn't have a lot of salt and all that jazz on it. So here you go. It gives it a lot of...
Well, I'm getting very tearful here.
Don't say that, then I'll get cheerful. Here
You'll get...
do you want another one or not?
Nah.
That's it?
Well, what do you say? I'm happy with this many, but...
Oh, Father, here's a napkin. It'll make your tears go away.
Okay.
Okay? So I have to do this real quick. Put that in there. I'll use that. And I need that so I can get that cleaned up. And so after we get this done, we're going to do your favorite thing in the world. And what's that?
Brussels sprouts with hoisin sauce. I've done them before, but you know.
Yeah, I know.
Again,
Everybody
moms
loves
love moms love vegetables, so I figure
Yeah.
for Mother's Day thing. So look
All right.
at these lovely blooming onions.
Now
And
what are
then-
you going to do?
Now I'm going to take some nice extra virgin olive oil that you provided me,
Right.
and I'm going to pour some into each of them.
Oh, that's weird. That's cool.
And hopefully I'm getting it in there well.
I think so.
Certainly got a generous amount of it here.
That's really good olive oil, by the way.
It looks like it. It looks wonderful.
I know.
And
then what?
Then a little bit of Tabasco sauce in each of them.
Ooh.
By a little, I mean
Gives
a
it
lot.
heat.
Not just heat, but when you're cooking the cabbage, it's even more important. But even with onions, it gets rid of a certain edge
Yes,
to the
it-
cooked. Well,
yeah.
well, not so much an edge. With cabbage, I think cabbage stinks when you cook it normally.
Yes.
But when you put some vinegar with it, that's
It
key.
changes it.
It does.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'll also put some nice Himalayan salt on here, but any
I'm
kind
only
of salt,
using
that's
that
fine.
now. I'm only using Himalayan salt because it's better for you. Did you know that?
Okay, that's nice.
True.
I know there are different kind of salts throughout the world. And I'm going to put in a little black pepper, too. And I want to open them up a little bit to make sure we get the stuff everywhere in here. I might even do a little bit more of the Tabasco, frankly, to make sure it gets, although once it starts to cook, it'll get down in there, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
But,
Well, go ahead. You like it. It's like,
yeah,
it's like what you do with garlic, like emerald.
yeah, that's right.
Right?
That's right. I'm
I know.
Mr. Tabasco. Okay, good deal. And then, if I can have a regular just butter knife, that would be nice. We have some nice whipped, soft butter here, right? And
Right.
So what I'll do is I'm going to put some of this,
Right on that.
yeah, as much on there as possible.
Okay. Oh, I can smell that Tabasco sauce.
You can now, can't you?
Yeah, I can.
But it'll run down there into the bottom of the pan. It really won't be there.
Right.
Except for the people who want it. I might drink it afterwards.
Yeah, I know you will.
Whatever's left at the
You
bottom.
like hot.
I do.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing when you go to Florida? What's the favorite thing that you like to eat?
To Florida.
Yeah, Florida.
Well, I do like
Fish?
seafood. Yeah, I do. I'll have seafood, and I like it blackened. That might not surprise you. That
Yeah.
like a nice spicy blackened thing. I think I'm gonna go here just to hold these petals up a little bit. Okay. So
You
with
sure you
all
don't
this
want to
good
put
stuff-
another onion in there to make it all
Well,
stay
sure.
together?
Okay. Well, that might be nice.
I think so. All right. I'm going to do that.
Especially since sometimes I get the leftovers.
You get the leftovers?
So,
Okay.
I mean, sometimes I do. I'm not saying.
Does the
that
dog
will
doesn't
happen
like
today, but I'm
dogs don't.
predicting I will.
Do they love onions or not?
No.
No, they don't like onions.
Well, I don't even think they should have them. It probably
No,
is
I don't
bad
think
for
so
them.
either. It's bad for them. So,
I have a dog that's
Yeah.
resting off in the distance here.
yeah, he loves being on our show. He's sleeping right now because he had a wonderful dinner, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. I wanted to do
One of the
something
chefs.
cool for Mother's Day, and I think this is really cool.
Well, good.
You know? Simple. Here you
Yeah,
go.
and simple, yes.
That'll hold
Okay, so here I
everything
go,
together,
So how I'm,
right?
yes, I think it will. I think to have them fit like that, that was my original
just an
vision.
idea.
And then I got lazy or something there. But
Right. There we go. Here's
there are
a-
different schools of how doggies should be treated.
Yeah.
I'm the doggies, doggy daddy, and one of the two chefs here has much more indulgent ideas about how much the doggies
Are you
should
talking
eat.
about me?
Well, maybe.
Well, maybe. I love that. I love Otto. The first thing he does is comes over and he has a drink of water that I provide, and then I always make sure he gets enough food. But the
Yes.
best food, not
Yeah,
bad
people food,
People
which is nice, which
Well.
I'm not against.
Yeah.
As
Does
long
he
as-
eat
as long as
dog
he's
food?
Not begging me for it. I
Does
like
he
that.
eat dog food?
Oh yeah, I
okay.
feed him a substantial
Yeah.
amount of dog
Yeah.
food every day. Yes, it's good.
That's good.
Okay, and I still have to salt this one. Okay. And I still have to butter this one, and I think then we are ready.
To put it in the oven.
Yeah, to put it in the oven.
At
Won't that be
375 degrees. Preheat your oven.
nice? Okay. So we're gonna see how that works out then with this number of onions
Here you go.
at 375. Okay, here we go. Okay. If you can open the oven door for me,
Sure.
I'll go ahead and put it on in.
Sure. Go right ahead.
Okay, here I go.
All right, and then I'm going to put some aluminum foil, Father, on top of this for
Okay.
later. Okay.
Great.
All right. All right, then we're done with that. So now, let me just clean this up for you.
Okay.
We need to take a short break, though, Father.
Good, because I need to blow my nose. That's good.
We're taking a short break, and we'll be right back with Father Andrew Umberg and myself, Kathryn Raaker. Then what are we going to do, Father?
We'll do our Brussels sprouts, sauteed Brussels sprouts with hoisin sauce.
With hoisin sauce. So we'll be right back right after these important messages on Kathryn Raaker's The Chef You and I. We're back on the Chef You and I with Father Andrew Umberg. And Father, you are making what again?
Sauteed Brussels sprouts with hoisin sauce.
So these are the Brussels sprouts, and we're cutting them, the knob off, right, Father?
Correct.
And then cutting them.
And down the middle. So
Down the
here we
middle.
go. See?
Here we go.
The knob is off, and then we cut them right down the middle.
Yeah.
If they were bigger, I would be quartering them. I'd be turning, going one way, and but always long ways though, so the Brussels sprout stays together.
Yeah. And you
Do I
know
have
what's
enough?
really funny? These were the biggest Brussels sprouts I could find.
Ah,
Fresh
guess
ones, I
it's
mean.
not a good year for Brussels sprouts right
I
now.
don't know.
I think they're more of a late summer or fall
Yeah,
vegetable.
they are. I had to use for one of my recipes frozen peaches because there was not a peach in sight.
Ah.
Right? And everybody loves your Brussels sprouts because they're so good.
Yes, a lot of people that would not normally eat Brussels sprouts will eat them with this.
Yeah,
Just
I
like
know.
people that like Chinese food. I think I mentioned that last time that
Yeah.
I never would eat broccoli. The first time I could stand cooked broccoli, it was because it was done, in an Asian style, a Chinese
Mm-hmm.
style.
Well, a lot of people, my mom made us eat every vegetable from eggplant up, right? Mm-hmm. I love eggplant now. But a lot of people didn't like it back then.
Well, I think there's been a different kind of a revolution in how people cook vegetables.
Yeah, I know. I do.
The overcooked green water method is not
Yeah.
what people like now, I don't think.
Right.
Thank God, because I hated it.
I can't believe that people would just kill vegetables with water to the point of no return, and they were mushy. So, and if you don't even know what the real taste of them is, right, makes a difference.
And that was considered,
Yeah.
I think, safer to make sure you cooked all the germs out of them.
Right. That's for
And
sure.
again, we'll saute them. I said that we were going to saute them, but then there is a moment where we'll put a little bit of water in with them, and we'll kind of steam them a little bit.
Right.
And that'll make sure they get cooked all the way through. But I like a little bit of scorching of them.
Yeah, that's really good. Everybody loves Brussels sprouts that are scorched today. That's
Yeah.
that's an in thing. All right.
Right, and this will be, we won't have black marks on them. Like sometimes I see them roasted, and some of it comes out almost black, really. And
Yeah, you don't want that.
well, actually, I still will eat that. But these in the skillet, we don't want them going that
Yeah.
dark.
Wow.
Okay, and we got
So
a nice
here we
amount
go.
here with these little things.
Yeah, I know. Wow.
Always be careful with your knife. Never go faster than you can successfully go without being.
You don't want to cut your finger in
hurting
any way,
yourself.
shape, or form.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, some of these are very small.
very
Brussels
small,
sprouts.
very small. I told you, I really looked, and I couldn't find any. That's weird, huh?
Yeah, it shouldn't.
Now, if
affect
I
the
would have gone
flavor.
out to our favorite place out at Jungle Jim's, I might have found some. They didn't. It's funny. We went out to eat last night, and they had no lettuce, so we could not get a salad.
Wow.
That was weird. Very
These are weird
weird.
times we're in.
Yeah, I know. Here we go. Now you have 2 more to do. That's it. This is coming apart.
Well, some of them will fall apart a little bit anyway.
Yeah, I know.
but we just try to make sure by cutting them vertically that we have minimal fall apart there.
All right,
Okay.
there you go.
Okay,
That's good
excellent
for me.
then. Well then, I will turn on the skillet then.
Go ahead.
See if I can figure this
Fine.
out. There's the front. It always fools me. I always think it's gonna.
Here, watch it.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
That's all right. There we go. Got
Okay.
it, but you
Yeah,
have to
and you can
turn it
down a little bit.
See, you're going to get used to this. Gas
There
stove.
we go. Okay.
All right.
And so I will take some olive oil,
Mm-hmm.
this nice extra virgin olive oil, and I'll pour in a few tablespoons at least here because we have a decent number. Yeah, I'm putting in maybe closer to a 1/4 cup of olive oil here.
Right.
This is what I consider about a 1/4 cup. It covers
Yeah.
the bottom of the pan, and that takes some just to even cover the bottom of the pan.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll let it heat up a little bit. Then, even though we just were working with onions, I just want to show the way I always do this. This is the kind of lazy chef's way. I'm going to take instant onion, but you could chop up real onion too. Okay? I'm going to take this and I'm going to put in, about 2 teaspoons.
Teaspoons or
not quite a tablespoon. You can put in more. It wouldn't hurt a thing.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt it.
In fact, why don't we just
why
for the
not?
heck of it? We'll go
There's
more
no
like a
garlic in
tablespoon.
it, so it's not a problem.
That's right. We
Right, I
need
can eat
some
onion.
flavor.
Yeah, right.
There.
Now what?
Okay, so now we're letting this just go a little bit, just like if I were
Doing it with regular onions.
or with the G word, garlic.
Yeah.
If I were doing that. Okay.
Right.
So what we'll do, I want to have this sizzling a little bit. I want this oil to hit it. I'm going to even go a little bit more oil because we have a lot.
You have a lot there.
And these leaves, when the leaves fall off of them, that makes it even harder to get to them.
Yeah.
So
right.
I've gone now almost with probably closer to 1/3 of a cup
Okay.
of oil. So this is all we've got going here then, a third of the cup
That looks
of oil.
good.
Yeah, it's not crazy. I mean, this is part of the dish, and okay. And so,
We'll wait for a minute. How long do
we're-
you leave the onions in? You didn't tell me.
just less than a minute. I mean, once the oil is really nice.
No,
and once they
not
fuzz-
that.
Oh,
The
okay, I'm
onions that
sorry.
are in the
And then
oven.
We're trying 50 minutes.
50? Did we put the timer on?
We did not, but
We kind of need to do that.
yeah, okay.
Okay,
Well,
right.
okay.
Timer. It's right here.
Yes, I would go for 45 now then.
45.
Because-
Okay.
Yes, with.
Hold on.
I mean, just like I don't measure most of the spices, I don't really measure the time.
And you know what I do? What do I do, Father? I guess
Yeah,
what you did. That's fine.
That's okay. So now
Okay, that looks
we
like
have
it's...
these bubbling a little bit. The onions. Oh yeah, we don't want them to get real brown or anything. So here
All
I
right.
go.
We're going to
Okay.
show the audience what it looks like, Father.
Okay. Oh yeah, this is nice and hot. Oh, these are sizzling away. Can you hear that sizzle? And let's see. Oh yes, these are wonderful. These water pans.
Oh, don't
wonderful.
forget that's our beautiful 360 pan, Father, that skillet. And it cleans out so well when you're done with it.
That is very nice.
Do you need a spatula that's back
I
there?
think I'm going to take a spoon if that's okay.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine, Father.
And then we're going to go ahead. See, already now they're getting nice and bright and beautiful, right?
Yeah.
And these things heat up very nicely, these pans. I think they heat up very nicely and distribute the heat very nicely.
Oh, here's the butter, Father. Don't you need that?
Yeah, we can put that, yeah, I forgot to put a little bit. You can put that in at the same time as you put the olive oil in.
Here, how much do you
And,
need?
We'll put in a nice tablespoon, at least a tablespoon of regular. This is whipped, so maybe a little bit more. And, you know, with this many of them, I would put in about 2 tablespoons. I know that's getting to be a lot of oil, but this makes it so that they're delicious and people will eat their vegetables.
Yes,
So.
they will eat their vegetables. And if you
So I'm
your
just putting
children
this
will
down to
like
the
them
bottom of
too
the
if you
pan.
do something different.
Look how pretty and bright green these are now. And of course, we're getting that butter into them a little bit, okay? Mm-hmm. And then for this, I'll put in some salt and then some cayenne pepper. That won't surprise you, right? There. I'm
Okay,
putting
so
in
here you
cayenne
go,
pepper.
Father.
Mr. Spicy
Here's your
here.
cayenne
Okay.
pepper. Here's your salt.
Okay. So just a little bit of this Himalayan salt. We'll go around a couple of laps here, probably equal to about quarter teaspoon, maybe a little bit more. Mm-hmm. Okay. And see now, oh, I love it. These things are starting to jump a little bit here, which means they're getting nice and scorched. They kind of, almost like popcorn, they pop a little bit. We wouldn't want them popping a lot. That would be bad. We'd all get burnt then, but. And you know what? I'm going to, because there's so much of them, I'm going to do a double salt in here.
Okay.
And again, I'm sure there's not a half teaspoon in the whole thing. Okay, and then I'll take this nice cayenne pepper. And I'll pour it on here. Again, we're not even putting 1/8 of a teaspoon total.
Okay.
Because we don't want, again, this is a family dinner. Not everybody likes food that hot.
That's true.
But see, when we add the hoisin sauce, that's going to sweeten it and everything, you know. So
Okay.
I think these are really getting pretty now.
Mm-hmm.
Bright green, and they're getting that buttery, oily goodness in them everywhere. I just want to let them sit here and scorch a little bit before I stir them anymore.
Mm-hmm. They smell delicious, Father.
Thank you. Yeah, fortunately the air doesn't smell like Brussels sprouts. It smells like onions and butter, which
That's good.
of course is, yeah, that's
good.
a smell everybody likes, I think. Okay, so, and I can see that the onion is scorched. I'm not seeing any scorch on the Brussels sprouts yet, and it might just be the way these 360 pans, you know, probably prevent a lot of scorching from happening.
That's
so that's
true.
a good thing.
Well, maybe
And
when
again,
you...
they're still getting cooked nice and thoroughly, so that's the important thing.
Uh-huh.
But I probably went a little bit too generous with the oil here. That'll still be delicious, but you probably don't want to eat every bit of oil that's on there. Okay?
Yeah. And then when are you going to put the hoisin sauce in?
Well, first put in a little bit of water once we get them a little bit more cooked. And
Okay, let me get you some water.
okay. And so, so we have a little bit of water. And what, I'm going to give this one more stir. Okay, yes, they're starting to stick just the tiniest bit because I really left them in there a while, which is good. And that's going to give just like a meat or a stew, you know, that little bit of browning, that little bit of scorching gives the whole thing the flavor that you want, okay? Now I'm making sure then that they're cooked all the way through by taking a little bit of water. I have almost a cup of water here. I'm only going to put in maybe about 1/4 cup of it. See, and how that steams them? And see now, if any of them had any cold spots or uncooked spots, they're going to be nicely cooked, okay?
Okay.
Oh, that's very nice, yes, okay. I'm turning them over to make sure that we get this here. And then, I'm going to pour, actually it looks like we have a little bit of liquid still left in there, but I think I need about another tablespoon of water before I put in the hoisin sauce. So I'm going to do that a little bit, another little blop here. Yeah, so we still haven't poured half the water that was in that glass. Okay, and then while there's a lot of liquid here, I'm going to take some hoisin sauce that I just bought at the grocery store. Okay, and then I'm going to pop this open, and I'm going to just spiral it around. I would say that's not quite a tablespoon. That's, now I'm sure we're a tablespoon. I'm going to say about 1.5 tablespoons to 2 tablespoons would be a nice amount. But again, you just see what it looks like when it's on there. Okay, now I'm going to stir this in with that water, see? And that makes it so it's going to get inside all those leaves. And then, oh, here's... And then I'll turn it off because they are nice and hot and they smell delicious. Here, if we can have an amen that they smell wonderful.
Oh, they smell wonderful, Father.
They're nice and caramely.
Yeah.
And so now, because that hoisin sauce is kind of a sweet sauce. Okay, and then I need to turn this, and I'm sorry, here, I'll try to make this a nice shot as we're putting this in here. Okay, got a little bit of sauce on the side there.
That looks good, Father. I'm really impressed.
Thank you very much. We
You're
might want to
welcome.
just
Let's
wipe
do
the
this.
dish a little bit there.
Yeah, I'm going to do this, Father. I'm going to just wipe this off
And
a
I think
little.
maybe we need to sample some of these.
Yeah,
just
you
make
want to
sure-
sample it?
Make sure they're as good as we
That you're
think.
good as they say they are? Here, let's
Okay.
get you a fork.
Do you need one too, or now are you gonna?
There's no garlic in there, so I can try it, right?
Okay, as far as I know. I didn't add any.
I know you didn't.
I confess I don't know the exact ingredients of hoisin sauce. They're plenty hot. They retain the heat for a while, especially if you have that hoisin sauce.
They're delicious. Great. Great. I can taste the heat. They're really good. Thank you so much.
Funny thing is, I can't even taste
You can't taste it?
the cayenne. That's how. I think I have a tongue made of leather. I don't know now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to take a break, Father, and when we come back, we're going to make a beautiful salad for our moms, and then the dessert, and then we'll put the whole thing together. How about that?
Sounds great.
Does that sound good to
great.
you?
Thanks.
So we're going to put this over here and let our cameraman take a picture of it.
And then maybe a sample,
Well,
maybe.
and
That's
a
good.
sample. We'll be right back after these important messages with Father Andrew Umberg and myself, Kathryn Raaker, on The Chef, You and I. That was good. We're back on The Chef, You and I with Father Andrew Umberg, and we're making the arugula date and goat cheese salad with grapes and with a balsamic vinaigrette. How about that?
Nice.
It's going to be
Sounds
great.
delicious.
It looks delicious. It's really healthy for you. I love arugula. So the first thing I need you to do is to cut up all those grapes in half,
And
okay?
we're cutting them in half. Do you want them
Okay.
long ways, you think, or sideways?
You can do them whatever way you want to. That looks nice. Okay.
I'll do them long
So
ways.
I'm doing the dates, right? And actually the dates are a half a cup of dates. But you have to get the seed out of the date, right? Mm-hmm. And be
Yeah,
careful.
that would be
because you
painful
don't want to.
It's like an olive pit.
It is like an olive pit. So there's every kind of date in the world out there. I couldn't believe it. I
At
really.
Jungle Gyms or?
No, I didn't go to Jungle Gyms. I went to Kroger's and to a newer one, and I like it a lot. But I go to every store. You know, I go to everywhere looking for things a lot of times. But when I'm looking for something really special, like anything with different countries and stuff, Jungle Gyms has got it all. I mean, people fly there for it. So we're cutting up the dates and the grapes. And this is going to be so good, Father.
Looks good. I think.
Would
these
your
grapes
mom
are
and dad
pretty.
like this kind of salad?
My dad wouldn't. He's not into salad. My mom would.
Your mom is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how many kids are in your family?
7 children. I'm the third of 7.
Oh, you're the third. And I'm the oldest of 7. And my husband's the oldest of 6. And so that looks good. So anyhow, and this is really an easy, fast salad to make. You don't have to worry. This is actually a half a cup of dates. And then we need, I need a half a cup of walnuts and, hold on. I'm going to just do this. I'm going to do it like that because they're walnut pieces. So I'm just going to do a half a cup. There's a half. Okay?
There you go. That looks good.
Okay. And then we need, you don't need the goat cheese yet. So we have the grapes, we have the dates, and let's take the 4 cups, Father, of the, we're just going to use all of it, right?
Oh, I think that seems
That's going to be
close
it.
to 4 cups.
I think so too. So I know it's simple to get this thing off. There we go. And here it is.
Shall we
Let's
go ahead
just
and just pour?
pour it in. And then all you have to do now is add all these ingredients, right?
Okay.
So do the grapes,
Will do. Here we go.
Okay.
La-di-da.
right? That's good. I'm
And
gonna.
Here we go. A little
Okay.
bit more.
Take
And
that one out. Okay.
the last one you didn't like that
Okay.
one. Okay.
And then
Good
here's the
deal.
nuts. Now, if people in your family are allergic to nuts, don't put the nuts in.
That sounds
You know,
like a
that's
smart
silly.
idea.
That's silly to do that. So here are all the dates. And I personally love dates. I would put more dates in here, okay? So I think I'm going to do that. Oh, there's more right here. I didn't even see
There
them.
you go.
Okay, so now let's make the dressing, Father,
Okay.
which is olive oil,
Okay.
balsamic vinaigrette or vinegar,
I'll borrow
and I have the goat cheese. We'll put that on last, right? So the first thing you need to do is actually you need 1.5 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. I actually have some, guess what for you?
All right. Yeah, now for this, I'll measure.
Yeah, thank you. All right, so 3 tablespoons of olive oil to start.
Okay, 3 of olive oil.
Tablespoons of olive oil to start. That olive oil, I love that olive oil.
2 and
And then 3.
3. Wonderful.
And then 1.5 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. And here's the thing to mix it with when you get done.
Okay, I imagine it will still separate until we
Yeah.
add a little something else. But
And then we're going to do 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt and a fourth of a teaspoon of pepper. So,
okay, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. For that, if I'm using the Himalayan salt,
Just
I think
do
that
it.
sounds like 5 cranks to me.
yeah, 5 cranks to you. Okay, where's the
2,
pepper?
3, 4, 5. There's a 1/4 teaspoon.
Here's the pepper.
And then how much do we need here?
We need a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. So
Okay,
here, do
we
it like
go.
that.
Sure,
right?
sure.
Okay, so and then you just mix it together, and then we're going to put the dressing on, and then I'm going to put the goat cheese on top of it.
Okay, so
And now you're going to have a really, really gorgeous salad, Father.
very, very nice. Okay, and here I go.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and try to keep it stirring as we're going.
Oh, that looks so good. You know, and you make an arugula salad with kind of like sweetener. I know you do. It's with honey or something else, right? Now I'm going to put the goat cheese on top of it. And you just do this, Father.
Yeah, my orange glaze.
Yeah, your orange glaze one.
balsamic would be
Yeah,
good on
that would be
this.
good. So I'm just going to do that. That's about 1/4 of a cup of the cheese. You don't put any croutons on this. So we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back after these important messages with Father Andrew Umberg and Kathryn Raaker on the Chef You and I. And don't forget, you can get the recipes on the Chef You and I, and you can print them out or do whatever. We'll be right back. We're back on the Chef You and I with Father Andrew Umberg and myself, Kathryn Raaker, for the Mother's Day show. So here we have the Brussels sprouts. You're going to take out the blooming onions and
Yes.
the barbecue.
And then I'm going to make a confession.
Okay, go ahead.
Once we get the thing out, okay? So here
Okay.
we go. So first
All
I'll
right.
get out the onions, right?
Right, Father.
Oh.
There they are. Awesome.
And I'll go ahead and get out your barbecue then.
Thank you.
Turn off your oven if you'd like.
And I'm going to turn the oven off while you do that.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay, and so here's my big confession.
Okay, the confession.
The onions don't look the pretty way that they did before because we looked at them after about a half hour and it turned out the liquid wasn't reaching the top of them. So
Right,
this nifty
right.
idea did not work.
Well, Father, look at it this way.
So well,
It does look gorgeous.
and
So
it
here
smells-
you go.
Here, smell them now.
Yeah.
Smell those things. They're beautiful.
Oh, they do.
And
They
here's the
smell
thing.
wonderful. What?
So what we did, as you saw, I took a spatula and I cut each of them in half
Right.
and made them lie down then in this juice.
Mm-hmm.
And then we put them back in to boil in their own juice. And now they smell just
Out of this world.
wonderful. Yes, it's
Right.
a wonderful smell.
Do you want to put them on the serving plate, Father?
I would be privileged.
There you
to.
go.
Thank you. Honored to.
And in the meantime, while you're doing that, I'm going to take my wonderful barbecue that we started out with in the very beginning of the show, right? Ooh, that's hot. I didn't realize that.
Ooh,
It's
it
really
smells
hot.
wonderful.
Yeah, it does. So we're going to place that on here. And you know, actually, this could be the buffet, right, that you do. And you could, if you wanted to, for the barbecued pork, you could actually have, I'm going to do this to make it easier. You could serve it just like this, and then people, if they wanted it on a bun or they wanted on a roll or something, right? They could have it on the roll. What do you think?
I think that would be beautiful.
Or you could just have the barbecued beef or the pork just the way it is.
And before we were basting the onions, trying to do that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that now and make sure that we have plenty of liquid on these onions to keep them hot and to make sure all those flavors are there.
Oh, that looks great, Father.
Yeah, except for what I got everywhere. We're good, right? Okay.
Right.
And here we go. Ooh.
What a great treat for
that.
Mom.
So that's buttery and oily and just wonderful. We just want to clean up that dish a little bit and we'll...
Right. So, really honor your mother if she doesn't want to go out to dinner and you want to make a feast for her. This is a absolutely luscious, and guess what? It's not going to put a lot of calories on anybody. That's the great part of it, right? So, and then we have the Brussels sprouts, right? Then we have the wonderful arugula, grape, and date, and walnuts with goat cheese salad with balsamic vinaigrette that you made. And then we did a strawberry, and this is very light, a strawberry on angel food cake.
Yes, instead of the shortcake.
Instead of shortcake, and I know. And with a little bit of light Cool Whip. And that wonderful dessert next door to it is a beautiful pretzel with cream cheese and actually Cool Whip. And we're going to use Splenda in the next one because I'm going to make it for diabetics.
So it's pretzel for the crust.
Crust.
And then Cool Whip mixed with cream cheese as the middle layer.
Right.
And then Jell-O with fruit in on the top.
That's
with a
right.
Dollop of,
yes, that's right.
The whipped topping.
And you can actually, as a diabetic, if I use Jell-O, if I use a different color Jell-O, or if I do something else, I'll make it with sugar-free Jell-O.
Oh, nice.
How's that sound?
That sounds
so.
wonderful.
And don't forget, I said the Brussels sprouts. Right? Father, you did that.
The Brussels sprouts with hoisin sauce.
Hoisin sauce. And so I think we've got a feast in itself. I can't thank you enough for joining me today on the Chef You and I for our Mother's Day special. Thanks again for joining us. Don't forget our sponsors, Cornhuskers Gourmet Duck Fat, Circle B Ranch Pork that provided the pork, and of course, 360 pans, which are the best. Right, Father?
They're very nice.
Right.
Yes, I love them.
And we'll see you soon on The Chef You and I. Don't forget to go to thechefyouandi.com for all of our recipes. And we're all over television, including our newest, well, not quite new, but Simul TV. We're global now. So we'll thank you so much for joining us. Thanks again for coming.
Happy Mother's Day to you.
Oh,
and
thank you.
Happy Mother's Day to all the moms at home.
Right.
You have the most important job in the world. Thank you for doing it.
And bon appetit. We'll see you soon.
Thanks for joining us on the Chef You and I show today. We'll be back next week with another great and healthy recipe. Don't forget to visit our website, thechefyouandi.com, for all of our featured recipes, cooking tips, and clips of the show.